We are live.
Here we are. Oh, for you, those who don't know me, I'm the newest graduate from the program
Yeah.
that we have eagles flying, right?
Eagles are flying everywhere.
man.
Eagles are flying everywhere.
So happy, bro.
And I wanted to go. I wanted to go live real quick.
Yes.
So because you had some questions.
Yes.
And I said,
Yes.
what? Before I answer these questions, I'm not going to answer these questions and let it just fly into the atmosphere. I want to. I think we can have a good conversation.
Yes.
We have some questions
Yes.
about real estate, about making it, about
Yes.
going to the next level. And so let's do it, man. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
so I've been chatting with Alfonso, and today is a great day. For me, I am delighted. I don't know if that's the right expression. I'm so happy. That's the easiest way. I'm
Delighted
so happy.
is it's another word to express at another level.
Right. So I'm beyond happy.
Yeah.
And I was asking Alfonso because you, in your journey as an entrepreneur, you made a lot of money in a young age. Then you lost everything.
Yes.
And then you made more.
Yes.
And I think that has to do with mindset. But what I want to ask you is this. Once you learn how to make money, or you learn the science behind of how to make money, how does that work, that you can lose and make money again? How does that work? Because for some people, it's so hard even to, it's like, I need to make an extra, I don't know, Y, X, Z, and can't.
Yeah. So it's like an elastic band,
Okay.
right? When you buy elastic bands, they come, maybe they're this big, right? And if you stretch it, right? If you take an elastic band, you guys could do it at home. Take an elastic band and stretch it. You're gonna have a big elastic band. Now, when you contract, when you let it go, it contracts back. But now the elastic band is bigger than it was because you've stretched it, right?
Okay.
And that goes back to expanding yourself, expanding everything that you do in your life. Because once you expand, even if you contract, your mindset is bigger than it was before.
Okay.
And what happened to me was I got a little taste.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I got a little taste of what it means to make money. I realized really quickly that I didn't know how to manage money.
Okay.
Right? So I had to go get the education. I had to go, I had to understand what it means to be responsible and disciplined and invest my money versus spending my money. But the concept of making money it was like, I did it, right? I did it at 17 years old. I understood, like, look, you buy this for $1, you sell it for $2, you have $1 profit,
Yeah.
right? That concept already entered my mind at a very young age. So I knew that I was going to pursue profits for the rest of my life. Now, what happens is, because someone's going to get started in any kind of business, anything you want to do in life, you want to sell furnaces, you want to sell oranges, it doesn't matter. Everybody starts at the starting line.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody starts when you play Monopoly. No one starts like in the middle of the board. Everybody starts at the same place.
Yes.
Right? And so as you allow yourself to expand, right? What happens is people are reserved. They're like, I don't want to try because I'm going to fail. Right?
Oh, man.
I don't want to try because I'm going to fail. And if that's your attitude, you will never expand that elastic. That elastic is always going to be a small elastic. But what happened with me was like I can't fail, right? So I expanded, and then when, like you said, I almost lost everything. I had to contract. But when I contracted, my mindset was bigger. My understanding and my knowledge of how to create money was like this. So now it's easy for me to go like this and go,
Oh, man.
and then guess what? I did this, and I went through a divorce. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And so, but now my elastic is like this, right? So it was like, okay, let's start again, right? And then COVID-19. But now my elastic is like this, right? So it's from here. It's easy. It's easier for me to go wow, right? So I'm not scared of the ups and downs.
Yes.
The downs are expected,
Yes.
right? You don't want to be too down, but know that when you're down, you're still higher than you were when you started.
Oh man! And I have another question here because
we're gonna keep going.
Okay. So here's the thing: I come from a place, and for who doesn't know, I am from Brazil.
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 Obrigado.
Obrigado.
Cup de vinho. Pão com queijo. Pão com queijo.
Obrigado. Cerveja, banheiro.
Well, people ask me this all the time. They're like, "Are Brazilians Latino?" Because people get confused.
I know.
You know,
I
how you
know.
get confused? Of
Yeah.
course, Brazilians
Of course
are Latino. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's the same. We're all the same. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes.
And because you're from Latin America.
There you
know
go.
what I mean?
But there's one thing that happens where I came from, that society recognizes you very much for what you show,
Yeah.
not for what you are.
Yeah.
Right? So then you want to have the flashier car, you want to have the pinkest tie. That's very
That's
much.
sexy, by the way.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Right? I'm pink. But that's very much the culture there.
Yeah.
And when I first started my journey educating myself in real estate, I met some guys that are like the Lamborghinis and BMW Z8s and Lexus and Bentleys. Nothing wrong. I love cars. But then I come to Alfonso. It's like, why you don't drive a Lamborghini?
Yeah.
Why are you not driving a Bentley?
Because I can buy 5. So when you can buy 5, you don't even want. You're like, this is not going to give me a return on investment.
I love that. And I remember you saying this to me. Sandro, this whole thing, I mean, nothing wrong with who loves it. If I can afford one day, why not? But you said, that's not the essence. So what it is then? Why some groups, people, they need to show all that kind of crap?
Yeah.
And you don't even do advertising.
I won't even say it was crap.
Well,
but there is.
great.
Does it give you a return?
There we go.
Right. So it's not an investment, right? It's so whenever you're buying that stuff,
Okay.
you need to ask yourself, what is it doing for me, right? And what I realized, and like I don't want to come down on someone because they bought a Lamborghini or a Mercedes Benz.
Okay.
Because if that makes them feel good,
Okay.
it's good.
Okay.
Right? But what makes me feel good is when I look at a building and I know I own that building, that does it for me.
Okay.
So everybody has different,
There you
different
go.
needs. But one thing that you need to understand, if you are dropping your own money on this stuff, you're going to be chasing that stuff for a very long time.
Oh. Okay, so if you're dropping your money in the stuff,
Yeah.
you're gonna be pursuing that stuff for a long time.
Yeah, and you're going to be a slave to it for a long time.
Oh man. Okay, so then because I've seen some pictures of Alfonso, the old Alfonso,
Yes.
driving the Cadillac,
Yes.
the chains.
I was there.
What
there.
changed? How that changed?
Well, I realized that I was a consumer, right? That's if the reason you're doing this is to buy yourself a Lamborghini, and you want to show the watch, and you want to have jewelry and go on trips and all that. There's nothing wrong with that, but you have to come to the realization that you're a consumer, right? You're doing something to consume, and that's fine.
That's fine.
So that's what I realized, that when I had my first business and all the money was coming in with my first business, I mean, there was a lot of money. I had a company with locations all across Canada. Well, all that money went to stuff. And when the shit hits the fan, and I can curse on this because it's my channel, but when the shit hits the fan, when the market dipped, none of that stuff was giving me any money or any support.
Oh, man.
And in fact, now I have to feed it. I have to feed it, right? So now I had to borrow money to feed all this stuff. And so at some point I said, there's something wrong here. And I started to educate myself. I started to read books, and I realized, whoa, here's my issue. I'm a consumer, right? Because we are pre-programmed even from kids. You know, McDonald's, Pepsi, Coca-Cola. We chase brands, right? Like we're consumers, right? If you go to a store and you see a brand name and something that's not a brand name, you will naturally gravitate to that brand name because we are already pre-programmed as consumers.
Yes.
You need consumerism for this whole thing to work. You need people to want to consume. That's how the economy works. If people stop consuming, nothing works. Right?
Very true.
But similar like the movie The Matrix, there's some of us, not all of us, some of us wake up one day and say, there's something off. Something's wrong here, right? And then we search, we search for the answers. And in the movie The Matrix, if you haven't seen
yes.
it, Neo finds Morpheus, right?
Yes.
And Morpheus is like his mentor, and he says, hey, look, I can show you the truth, right? I can show you that you have been asleep for your entire life. And that's what happened to me. I met a mentor. I started reading books. I started to connect with people that had the results that I was looking for. And what happened was their results started to become my results.
Oh.
Because all I started to do is I just followed what they were doing, right?
Oh, man.
And here's the key. You want to follow someone and see what they did and follow the steps that they took to get there. Don't follow someone from what they did today. For example, a lot of people are maybe into like Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
Right? Great. I mean, the guy's awesome. Love the guy. Today, he's buying watches, cars. He wasn't like that 10 years ago. So people tend to follow what the person that they idolize or the person that they want mentorship from, they want to follow what they're doing right now, but they don't see what they did to get to where they got.
Yes.
You have to do what they did.
Yes.
Right? And one day it becomes ridiculous, right? So for Grant, like to buy a Bentley is chump change, right?
Yes.
And so if you can buy stuff, if you can go to a store and see a watch that's $50,000 and it's chump change for you, it's literally like throwing a nickel into a pool of water, right? It's just like boom. It's nothing to you. This is when you can buy stuff, right? This is when you can buy yourself a car or whatever it is that you want, right? Yeah. Because everything is up here.
Oh,
everything is up here.
And then comes the next question. So you're in your early 40s. You could be like you're technically retired.
44.
Okay, so get to me. Oh wow. And you're still doing this. You still have this energy and this drive to keep spending and growing. So what's next and why? So even though that you are technically retired, when I say technically retired, Alfonso, he can just wake up on this and say, I'm not going to do anything of this, and then you have generations that don't have to worry about anything. But what still drives you and what is next?
Yeah, so for me, what drives me is like generational wealth, right? I'm not done. I'm not done with changing people's mindsets, right?
I love it.
A long time ago, I realized that, oh, wait a minute, I really don't have to work anymore. And I took a vacation. I went to a resort for 2 weeks. I don't know if you've ever done that.
Yes, I've done.
For 2 weeks?
Yeah, so I did a week, but after the third day, I was so bored.
So imagine me on the second week, where the activities are now, it's like the same activity that from Monday, Tuesday came, they do the couples thing. I'm like, I know this stupid show. Wednesday they did the Michael Jackson.
Right.
I'm like, I wanted to gnaw off my arm. And I said, this is not what I want for myself. I do not want to be in a position where I'm just like a vegetable. You know what I mean? It's almost like you're the night of the living dead, right?
Yes.
And I'm sure, like, and people, people that are working every day, 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, for 40 years of their life, they have this fantasy of what their life would look like when they no longer have to work. And when they get there, they find out, whoa, that's not what I wanted at all, right? Because what happens is you romanticize about something that you can't have, right? And in Spanish we say capricho.
Capricho, sí.
It means like when you get something, you're like, well, it's not what you wanted, right?
Well, you have that first frisson,
yeah,
and then after hours it's gone.
Yeah, and so the idea is that not everybody's gonna want to sit on a beach, and that's what happened to me. I was like, this sucks, right? Like I want to live a life of fulfillment. I want to live a life of creation, building. And so I asked myself, what can I do? What can I do for society, right? So I thought about where I come from, people that are less fortunate. I said, maybe I can bring like food, right? I want maybe I can be the one that brings food to my people.
Yeah.
So I thought about it. I did the analysis, the formula, and I said, if I bring food January 1st, February 1st, they're hungry again.
Yes.
Right. So I said that's not gonna work. It's not sustainable.
Yes.
Maybe I can bring water. Right. I bring water January 1st, February 1st, they're thirsty again. I was like, shoot, that's not gonna work. Maybe I bring money, right? Money's easy. We can I can bring money and we bring money to these countries. That's gonna help. But guess what? You give someone $1,000 January 1st. On February 1st, they're doing this again, right?
Very true.
They need it again.
That's very true.
I said maybe I can bring clothes. I mean, I thought of so many things, and then I said, wait a minute, what do I really want? I want everybody to have this freedom. I want everybody to have the realization that they don't want to be on vacation. The problem is that they're in a situation that they hate. This is why they romanticize about having a vacation. And so if I can give people time,
oh man,
then you're gonna be able to do great things, and everybody's gonna do.
Yes.
We would have like a renaissance on earth, right?
Yes.
Like a complete mindset shift.
Yeah.
And so that's when I started I said, I'm gonna teach people personal development in real estate and business education.
Yes.
And that's what's next for me. I want to impact people, not just locally, in Canada or the US, but I want to be part of a mindset shift in the world, right? And when my grandkids, my great-great-grandkids, my great-great-great-great-grandkids Google or whatever the thing is going to be in 100 or 200 years from now, old man Cuadra, okay, old man Cuadra, okay, old man, and now I'll be gone. I don't want them to see all the cars that I had or the properties or anything.
Oh, I love that.
I want them to see all the people that I've helped.
Yes.
That's what I want to see. The Sandros. I want the legacy to be, hey, that guy came, and for that one thing he said or whatever it is that he said, now I have time to do this with my life.
Yes.
Right?
And that's very powerful, because one thing that I noticed talking to people is that people want to emulate the success of somebody else. As you said, hey, Grant Cardone is buying this watch, I'm going to buy the watch as well, so I'm going to look successful.
Yeah.
And every one of us, we have a different journey.
Yeah.
But then you can learn from the struggles that you've had, and then if it took you 20 plus years to get where you got, hey, we can maybe get there with 5 because you have already the map the road for us, right?
Yeah.
So therefore comes my last questions, and I promise that's the last one.
Hey, this is a good live. Look, we got people on here. Thank you guys. You guys can leave some messages and reach out to Sandro. He's got great questions, and we're 20 minutes into it, my man. That's good.
That's great. That's awesome, brother.
So yeah, one last question. One last question. Okay.
So,
here we go.
Then COVID happened. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're talking about the last great analogy. I love the analogy. But COVID happened, and you had to reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
And what started as a group to some people around you to, hey, I'm gonna start helping some people to get somewhere, became the inner circle, and now we are 100 plus.
Yeah.
What is the vision that is coming to the inner circle that you can be part of? Tell us.
Well, you know what? That we have to keep that on the wraps. But this is what I
just a little tip.
This is what I would say. Okay. I've spent years and years and years on stages all across North America, inspiring people, educating people, and for the longest time, I thought that was going to be my life, right?
Okay.
I thought that, you know what, I'm just going to be on stages. I go from one city to another, and, you know, and then people would say, oh, Alfonso, what about online? Like, I said, you can't connect with people online, right? Like, you just lose that, you know, you lose that. There's something that you lose there online that I need to be I want to be in a room so I can connect with people. But what happened in March 13th of 2020 is that the second I started to see the NBA gets canceled, NHL gets canceled, the flights get canceled, I was like, holy shit. Like, the world is about to change. I knew it March 13th at midnight. I knew that we will never, ever, ever be the same again.
Yeah.
And whatever your problems were in February of 2020, you wish you had those problems.
I know,
you know,
right?
And so I said, okay, what am I gonna do, right? Because I stood in my truth. I said that part of my life is done, right? What can I do now moving forward? So I got online. I got online on YouTube, and I started just to share my thoughts, right? One of the first videos that I did back in March was, hey, guys, you have to stand in your truth. You have to stand in your truth and realize that life will never be the same again. And you better lean into this COVID thing. You better lean into the COVID thing and take massive action today.
That's powerful.
People commented. Okay, you can go back into the video. Go on my channel, go back into the video. They're like, Alfonso, you know I don't have a right to sell. You don't know that, you know, this is going to be over by spring. I said, you guys can do whatever you want.
Oh, man.
But now it's time for me to take massive action.
Yes.
I took massive action in all realms of my life, right? Health, spirituality, finances, real estate, you know, the coaching and mentoring that I do. Everything in my life has expanded, right?
Wow.
Everything has changed. Like, everything has changed. And I realized now that I can connect with more people, you know, even on my from my iPhone than I ever did before. So when you ask me what are the plans, you know, moving into 2022, 2023, 2024, I want to create a situation where I'm helping people shift their mindsets and they can achieve their goals. And if I have to do it online, if I have to do it live, I don't care, right? Now it's like we're limitless.
Yes.
When you have this here, we're on the cell. This is a cell phone. It's not even on a tripod. Like, it's literally like a, you know, it doesn't really matter because someone can watch this video
and be inspired.
And be inspired to take action.
Yes.
Right? And that's what I want. I want to be the point where people come and take massive action.
Oh man.
And that's what we've done with this group.
Yes.
My man, love you.
That's
This is my brother. Hermano is my hermano from my brother from another mother. Guys, you gotta check him out. You gotta check him out. Sandro, do you have a YouTube channel yet?
Not yet. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Yeah. It's coming. I gotta do it.
Listen,
I have no other option now.
You got the bow tie.
There we go.
You got the bow tie, but you don't have the YouTube channel.
Oh,
all right,
man.
no worries.
Yeah,
But I want to get people to follow you on Instagram. What's the Instagram?
Sandro Canada. So Sandro Canada is my Instagram. Facebook Sandro Canada as well. So is the way to go.
Like, hey,
and I promise that's the last. Just wrap it up and then leave you guys with this. Because we need to take action. And when you're taking action, we are doing something, investing something. What is the biggest investment we've done in your life?
The biggest? Oh man. That's a biggest investment will always be in myself. I mean, I
love it, bro. Oh man.
No, but like, you know what?
That's
the thing
amazing.
is, when you say the biggest, it's ongoing.
It's ongoing.
It's ongoing. I will continue to invest in myself. I will. The hardest investment was to invest into myself, and I'm not talking about getting yourself a massage. You know, that's not what we're talking about. Is investing into the mindset, investing into mentors, coaches, investing into programs. I've done it all. This is why I can sit here and pass along the knowledge. It's not my knowledge. It's not like I've thought up, you know what I mean? Like all this knowledge. This is all things that were passed on to me.
Yeah.
And my responsibility is keep it moving forward. And I'm not going to stop. I will continue to invest in myself. I will continue to go into masteries. I will continue to go into retreats. I will continue investing in myself because that's my responsibility to my students.
Oh, man.
Right? Do you want a doctor that stops going to educating themselves on new techniques and you know what I mean? You wouldn't want a doctor that doesn't invest in themselves into learning more. And that's the same way, right? You want to be around people that are investing in themselves because the return would be like they're going to be able to share some of that stuff with you, and you should invest in yourself. Thank you, my man.
Love you, brother.
Hey,
that's amazing, man.
Alfonso loves you, and we will see you
at the top.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man.